everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. And I know it's a bit early to come out with my 2020 Reading Rush TBR, but the challenges are up and I'm getting ready to move. And because Ariel Bissett has this superpower of choosing the worst possible week in the summer to throw a readathon, for me personally, and this year is no different because I am moving the Friday or Saturday before the Reading Rush starts. And so during the Reading Rush, I'll be unpacking. And because of that, I have to pack up to get ready to move. I thought I'd choose my books now so I can have those packed in a special bag. That way I have my TBR with me and I don't have to rummage through books. So let's get on with the challenges. The first one is to read a book with the cover, the color of your birthstone. My birthstone is aquamarine. You can also use your zodiac sign birthstone or birthstone from other cultures. I'm doing the traditional American westernized one, which is aquamarine, and I'm also a Pisces, and that's also aquamarine. And so I'm going with The Best Kind of People by Zoe Whitman. And this is about a family who lives in Connecticut in a very affluent neighborhood whose one day it comes home and the father is arrested because he has been accused of inappropriate sexual misconduct with students. He's a high school science teacher, and he claims his innocence, and his family is really dealing with the shock and the hurt by this, the denial, the frustration, the maybe acceptance that it could be a real thing and it's not just accusations, and the backlash that comes from their town for their entire family. And this just sounds like a very good summary read, but heartbreaking and very timely, considering a lot of different things. So that's my first one. My second one is going to be for the challenge that starts with the word the. This also does. And set on a different continent. And that is going to be The Night Diary by Vera Hernandi. And this is set in 1947 in India, where India has just been freed from British rule and has been divided into two countries, Pakistan and India. And it's about a girl, when hundreds of thousands are killed crossing the borders as tensions between Muslims and Hindus flare. When Papa, who's Hindu, decides it's too dangerous to stay in Pakistan, Nisha and her family become refugees and embark on a journey by train and by foot to reach their new home. The trek is long and difficult and dangerous, and after losing her Muslim mother as a baby, Nisha can't imagine losing her homeland too. But even if her country is ripped apart, Nisha still believes in the possibility of putting herself back together again. And this is told in diary, in letter form from Nisha to her mother. And it's a middle grade book, so I think I can get through this. The next challenge, I'm going to have to flip my camera, set it all up. But I'm going to combine the challenge of the first book you touch and also reading a book based on a movie you've already seen. I have 4 children's books and 4 adult novels that I've seen the movie but not necessarily read the source material. And I'm going to use an 8-sided dice to choose. I'm real nervous. So let's get to that. Right. So 1 will be Shrek, 2 will be The Jungle Book, 3 will be Peter Pan, 4 will be Winnie the Pooh, 5 will be Emma, which is for the movie Clueless because Clueless is an adaptation of Emma. 5 is Prince of Thieves. The movie The Town, which is a great movie, is based off Prince of Thieves. 7, Jaws. And 8 is The Martian. Oh, and this is an 8-sided dice. Ooh, I'm really nervous. 4. Okay, we're doing Winnie the Pooh. All right, so it ended up landing on Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. And actually, this is in a previous Reading Rush, or it was booktube back in the day, TBR. So this just shows you, a TBR does not mean I will get to it. I actually started it and didn't finish. I think that year is the one that you had to read a book at night and a book that was older than you, and I chose this. My nickname from my mom growing up was Pooh Bear. I was also Boo Boo. from Yogi Bear. But I was obsessed with Winnie the Pooh till about the age of like 11. I even had a Winnie the Pooh themed bathroom back in the day. I was obsessed with the Disney franchise, and I thought I would give the original work a go. I started, but I don't really remember the original work. But the movie Christopher Robin brought me to tears. Like, I sat and watched the movie and was like crying hardcore the whole time. The next challenge is to read a book that is where you read it outside the house, which I'm going to read just kind of like sitting out on my new patio. Or I might go to the beach, but I'm not going to go if it's like super packed for safety reasons, or I might read in the park. But I think my plan is to read outside on the patio at night. And also from a genre you want to read more on. And I have two, so I've chosen two books. One is poetry and one is graphic novels. Neither is necessarily a genre. It's more of like a type of book, but I'm going to use it anyways. So the one I think that it's going to be, like if I only have time to get to a couple books, it's going to be I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by Grant Snyder. I thought this was perfect for a readathon. That's the art style. And let me just flip open to a random page. So that's that. Also, if I didn't want to like double up on challenges, which I'm going to anyways, but I probably would do elemental haiku. These are haikus about every element in the periodic table of elements, which I thought was fitting. So let's see. Just read one right now. One that I can pronounce. Okay, potassium, number 19. Leftmost seat, fourth row, yearning for the holograms on the other side. So that is my potential 4 or 5 book TBR. We've got a big long novel. This is ambitious, 400 pages. This can also fit for 2 challenges. This one, I was going to read Homegoing as the one set in a different continent, but like half of it's set in the United States, so like, I didn't really know, but it starts out of the country. But this is going to be the one. We've got this one, which is another 2-for challenge, Winnie the Pooh. And then this, if I did 4, if I did 5, it'd be Elemental Haiku. And if I really want to try for the 7 books, which I've never completed, let's be real, I haven't even completed all the challenges ever. Like, I just get to choose books that I want, and I think I'm going to have an audiobook. So there's that. If you're looking for a suggestion for one that starts with the word the, one I read one year for the booktube-a-thon was The Inexplicable Logic of My Life. I cried. It is thick. I finished this in a day or like a day and a half. And this is set in El Paso, Texas. So if you don't live in North America, this could also kill 2 challenges. It could kill 2 challenges if your birthstone is sapphire or aquamarine, diamond, or citrine. So yes. This follows a boy and 2 friends that he has. The main character is this boy, and it's his like senior year of high school. And he, just like some basics, his dad, who is his adopted father, is gay. And he has his best friend, Sam, which things happen to her. And then his other friend that they both kind of met at school. And them just kind of like growing up in El Paso and how, maybe life isn't always easy. And it was heartbreaking, and I want to reread it. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what your guys' Reading Rush TBR is. And are you reading any of the same books I am? And what are you most excited to read? I think I'm most excited to read Winnie the Pooh. Like, let's be real. And I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.